Hey, what's going on? What's going on? It's your guy, man. I'm back. Today we talking about the hidden elements, genetics and epigenetics. Factors like food and exercising are things that we can see, right? You know, we can see the salmon that we eat. We can touch, smell, taste it, right? Same with exercise. We can physically touch the dumbbells. We can see them. We can feel them. Those factors are here in the physical. But the factors that we can't see matter as well. That's where we get into DNA, genetics, epigenetics, things like that. Genetics is your code. It's the blueprint of your body. And that comes from your parents and their parents and their parents, and so forth, so on. Epigenetics are factors that control how your genes are expressed. So genetics determines your genes. Epigenetics are factors that determines how they'll be expressed. So basically how you will respond to fitness and nutrition, how you will respond to eating certain foods and things like that. So eating squash and doing 100 squats every day, that may do something totally different to your body than the next person. So that's why you can't really care about what anybody else is doing. That's because of genetics and epigenetics. When we exercise, it puts our body under stress, and our body sends out all kinds of signals to the different areas in our body, to the different cell groups. Now, your communication signals may tell your body that it's too much fat around your heart, for instance. So we're going to start burning that visceral fat. That's what your body is saying. Oh, it's a lot of fat. You got a lot of fat around your heart. So, we're going to use this exercise, this calorie burning, to burn some visceral fat. Now, the next person may not have as much visceral fat, so their body signals to them that they're going to burn some subcutaneous fat. That's the fat that makes your body shake and jiggle. So, we can't control those factors. Those are how our genes are expressed. It determines what's going to be burned first. It determines where the energy is going to go. Our body determines whether or not we're going to store the excess calories as fat or energy. It's a lot of things that go on with our bodies that we can't really control. We just have to do our best with the decisions that we make. It's just that simple. So that's why you can't decide, that you just want to burn fat in one specific spot, because your body is going to determine what it does. Your body will determine that. You really don't have much control over that. So these hidden factors have a profound influence on how we lose and maintain weight. A person's genetic makeup can make losing weight more easy or more difficult. It can protect them from certain ailments, and it can make metabolizing certain foods easier or harder. That's all determined by your genes, from your parents and your parents' parents. Like, this is stuff that you have no control over. Now, this must be said also, just because it's your genetic makeup doesn't mean you're done. That don't mean you cook, man. It doesn't mean you will always be heavy because your parents were heavy, or because your parents had a slow metabolism, you will always have one. That's just not true. It plays a major part in your makeup, but it doesn't completely determine what you will be. You may have gene variants for obesity, right? But it's still your choice to exercise and eat nutritious foods to combat the genetic hand that you've been dealt. You don't have to give up, man. Exercising will cause that obesity trait to behave differently. So if two people both have gene variants for obesity, the person who lives a healthy, holistic lifestyle will look and feel much better than the person who says, oh, well, I got the fat trait, so I'm going to be fat forever. I'll never be in shape. See, that mentality will only sink you further. The person with the positive mentality and who makes good choices will by default create better epigenetics for themselves. thus influencing better gene expression. So the gene variants that you have for obesity won't behave as adversely as the person who doesn't try. That's why it's important to get your mind in order as much as your body in order. Your disposition and your attitude will take you far in life. And when it comes to weight loss, it'll help you get it off. Now you're probably saying, hey bro, how the hell do I know what my genetics and epigenetics look like? What is that? You put yourself on paper. That's how. Your genes are passed through your family ties. So understand yourself by learning about your familial history, tracking your habits, and responses to certain activities. Maybe get some lab tests done as well and speak with your doctor. You know, if you have a family doctor, speak with them. I'm sure, you know, if it's your family doctor, they've probably done work on your granddad, your dad, and now you. That's 3 generations of knowledge about your genes. So you do want to speak with your doctor as well. Now, your epigenetics are your environment, your friends, your stress levels, etc. So those can be changed and influenced more easily than your genetic code. So just remember both of those factors, genetics and epigenetics. Don't just say because you have the trait that you done. That's not it. Because you can still make choices and, you know, show behaviors that make your gene behave in a different way. You can still do things to influence that obesity trait in a different way. You can suppress it a little bit if you make the right choices. Look at those genetics, man. Look at those epigenetics. You know, get outside more, read, learn, hang with positive people. Shit, you be positive. Think good things about yourself. Yeah, you already know. Think good things about yourself. Be better today than you were yesterday. Peace and blessings. I'm out, man.